Hello, and welcome to Cooking with Dr. Jimmy Stevens. I'm going to do a quick little excerpt from one of my previous episodes, just so you can use it for any kind of other recipe you might be using. It's just a quick pasta recipe. I've got here a cup of 0-0 flour, and I've got 1 egg. I've got a teaspoon of salt and a couple teaspoons of water and some olive oil. Most recipes just call for these. Some call for some olive oil. I like to drizzle a little olive oil. I feel it gives a little, it lends a little texture to the dough, makes it a little bit more smooth, and of course a little bit more flavor too. It's actually really easy. It's actually really easy if I can speak properly. You take a cup of flour, throw it on the counter, make sort of a well in the middle, and then you just crack the egg right in the middle here. You can beat the egg ahead of time in a bowl if you want. I just like to beat it right on the counter. Save some time in dishes. And it doesn't have to be, fully beaten, but just enough so that it's broken up and sort of the yolk and the white are more or less combined. I'm going to add in the salt and a little bit of water. I don't add all the water at once because you can always add more, but you cannot take it out. I'm going to add some olive oil here, probably about a teaspoon or so, maybe half. And then you just sort of start to push the flour in. Stir it around a little bit so it has a chance to mix with some of the flour and the liquid. I'm going to try and maintain your, my son likes to call this Pasta-Cano. Try to maintain your volcano walls here as best you can. If you don't, it breaks free. It really just makes a mess. It's not that big a deal for the dough per se. But if you can do this, try to get this mixed in a little bit. Okay, it's been 5 minutes, more or less. And as you can see, I have a nice smooth part of dough. If it's not perfectly smooth, it has a little crack, don't sweat it too much. When we do the second kneading in the pasta machine, it'll smooth out a lot. You don't want to work too much. We do have to give this thing a chance to rest. So just kind of want to roll it around on the thing. Make it as smooth as possible. It's not perfect, don't sweat it. If you're doing this the first time, it certainly won't be perfect, and that is okay. So don't worry about it too much. That's pretty much it. Take this, let it rest for 30 minutes. If you're gonna use it right away, you could just let it rest right on the counter. Make sure you wrap it in some plastic, or cover it in a container. Whatever you want to do. If it's going to be a few hours or later in the day, you could wrap it and let it rest in the fridge, and then let it come back to room temperature before you start using it. So we're going to use this actually to make a ravioli. Today's episode is really just a short on how to make a quick pasta dough. It's very easy to do. If you want to see how to make a ravioli or other pasta, you can watch my spaghetti meatballs, or watch, stay tuned for my next episode coming up, ravioli, where we're gonna make a mushroom ravioli. Mushrooms are one of my favorites. So I want to thank everyone for watching. If you would, hit the like button, subscribe if you like this content, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.